We are extremely pleased that you are here.
Hi. So I wanted to talk about timing, and my heart's racing. I understand the timing that comes with being in alignment, and
timing is one of our favorite subjects because timing is rendezvousing. It's coalescing, it's cooperative components. In order to have good timing, you have to be consistently in alignment so that you're on the ready for an impulse. Esther really likes to travel through airports on her own because she gets impulses, and she finds that when it's just her, she can follow her impulse, and so she just dovetails in and out with things that are just pleasing all day long. Pieces of conversations and getting to meet eyes with someone as she's traveling through someplace. But if she's traveling with a lot of others, so that there's a sort of hesitancy, it's sort of the domino effect of, I'm ready to go, coming, are you coming, are you coming, are you coming? And so when you realize that you really are moving through this experience and your timing is all just up to you, and you care about alignment and you care about feeling good, so you often are in that place, then when an impulse comes and you are in the freest place to follow that impulse, and then the payoff comes, we like that so much. Because we can talk all day, every day, and we mostly do, about how your lives can be better. But until you have come into alignment, and you know you are, and you've practiced being in alignment, and you're there often, and you receive impulse, and you follow the impulse, and then you get to experience the benefit, not only the benefit of how good that impulse felt in the moment, but then what came next and next and next and next and next. As you begin witnessing more of that, then you'll get really good about timing, till you'll just start to expect it. You'll see yourself part of a universe that's cooperating with you, like you are the center of the universe. You are the center of everything about this universe that matters. You're the center of the universe. But you got to get into the center of your vortex to be the center of the universe. Is that a good visual for you? You got to get in there where your inner being is. Your inner being is actually the center of your universe. Ooh, 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 ooh. Your inner being is the center of your universe and taking really good care of it. And when you let yourself be influenced by the knowing center of the universe, then you can have a really good time. Timely time. So
2 years ago, I moved to a new country to be with my fiancé. And at that time, I decided to not make any decisions about what to do next, to get in the vortex and then.
So you took action before you were inspired?
Well, yes, I did.
We thought we'd just clear that up. Because you made that sound very positive.
No, I know. It was after I got there I decided.
So I took action before I had any real acknowledgement that I was following anything. And none of that makes any difference. The only thing that matters is what you're doing now. And so
for 2 years I've been...
well, why are we talking about 2 years? Let's just talk about now.
Okay, so I've soothed myself into the best alignment I've felt in my life.
Okay, so I soothed myself is not quite as good as I am now in a soothed place. Here I am.
Okay, the reason
we're making this really hard for you, aren't we?
Not really, I understand, but and I guess I know what you're going to say, but
I do.
I have this timing thing because the country that I live in right now, there's a new regulation about...
That's not even what we mean by timing. In other words, that's a whole different timing. That's just shortage consciousness.
Yeah, my timing is about basically, if I want to stay living in the country I'm living in, I would need to have a manifestation happen. So I don't want to push the manifestation because I am actually really enjoying this process.
Because
of
that's
being
really
in
a hard
alignment.
place to be, because when I need something to happen in a certain period of time and the dominant aspect of my vibration is one of need, then I can't hook in with universal timing. And so can you think about other things that hook you in? In other words,
but in a few weeks.
Here are our questions to you. Do you believe that you've had enough of knowing all of this, that you've put the request into the atmosphere and that the solution is in your vortex?
Absolutely.
So you believe that the solution is in your vortex. So it's just a matter of you rendezvousing with the solution. And can you hear us when we say rendezvousing with the solution is what we call timing? Rendezvousing with the solution. Can you rendezvous with the solution while you are explaining the details of the problem? No. So all of this conversation wasn't helpful. So what you want to say is, Abraham, I understand that I have put a request out to the atmosphere and that the universe knows what I'm asking for and has already arranged all of the cooperative components. And so I'm looking for ways that I can be most in alignment so that I can receive the inspiration to move and have perfect timing. That's all that it is. And we've been talking about that hour after hour after hour after hour. Our encouragement to you, you got to get off that subject. When something feels urgent, you can't get out of the vibration of the problem. And there's no urgency. There is no urgency. You've manufactured it, and you've used laws, and we understand, as your excuse to feel the urgency. But you cannot feel urgent and have good timing. The two do not go together at all. But you can feel appreciation on a myriad of other subjects and have good timing. You could feel satisfaction over the meal you're eating or over the way the sea looks today. This is important. You do not have to stay focused upon the other end of that stick. Problem on this end and solution on this end. Because when it's a stick that has a pulsing problem, you can't get to the other end of that stick. Pick up other sticks. You don't have to be on the subject of importance. Be on a subject that allows timing. Do you understand what we're getting at?
I absolutely do.
It's not so easy to do.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you. Oh, wow. This is amazing. I finally know. I went to experience something, and I finally know what you meant when you say that everything is perfection. And in a moment of time, the time freezes, and you see perfection everywhere. I felt it for the first time. The only problem is I also that I took ayahuasca. It's one of those herbs that the Amazonian people take it. I guess that prevents me of, I don't know how it works, but I was able to experience love for the first time. And that is why I went, because I want to experience love for myself. And I felt how the earth loved me. And I felt the perfection of creation. Like I saw the trees are amazing, like geometrically, like mathematically put into one into the other. It's just like so beautiful. But I want to feel that without that ayahuasca.
Why?
Oh, because taking that medicine is very strong. Is make you...
Well, we know why. We know why, but we're just playing with you a little bit. So, anybody else relating to what she's saying? When you come into full alignment with who you are, and you stay there long enough that you recognize that something is different, that there is a knowing or a changing of perspective, an enhancement of perspective, an expansion of perspective, a recognition of yourself that feels bigger and better than you've felt before. That's what we call looking through the eyes of Source. That's what we call getting into that vibrational place and being in a state of non-resistance. So there's nothing in you that's blocking your awareness of the big picture. And that's why, as you described it, you had access to parts of nature that you usually don't have. You were looking through the eyes of Source.
I think it's amazing.
The advantage of the, as you call it, medicine, the drug, the substance, did it focus you or did it mute resistance? That's the question that we want to talk about here. Because there's a difference, and this is the only difference. This is the discussion that you often are reaching for. What's the difference between finding that feeling, because we know you found it to be pleasing, your descriptive words make it feel like something everyone would want, you enjoyed it, you even still recall it with some accuracy. The difference between finding less resistance under the influence of something like that, or finding it because you've tuned yourself into vibrational alignment with who you are, The difference is that in the substance, there is a defocusing of resistance. And in alignment, there is an increased focus in alignment. Can you feel the difference? Let's talk about that, because we've been talking about the path of least resistance, or the stream or the flow in relationship to the riverbanks. And so resistance is part of it. When you're coming more and more into alignment, that means the resistance that you've been practicing for whatever reason isn't active right now. Sometimes you have these feelings of true awakeness, and that's what we want to call this. We want to call it being truly awake, seeing through the eyes of who you really are. These moments of true awakeness never happen when you're under the influence. It's maybe more awake, or it's maybe less resistance, but everything is a comparative experience. Can you say that and know what you mean when you say it? Everything is a comparative experience. We want to say to you, anything that causes you to lean in the direction of who you are is a good thing. And anything that causes you to release resistance is a good thing. But the only thing we're asking of you is that you make a differentiation between what your state of focus is. Because deliberate creation is absolutely always about focusing. It's about focusing intention and then focusing all thoughts to be in vibrational harmony with those intentions. It's not about defocusing. That's the distinction. And we're not trying to talk you out of whatever fun you want to have. We just want to explain the distinction. So many people that are utilizing the drugs find themselves feeling the peacefulness of it, but they rarely focus into intentionality in the way they intended when they came forth into this physical experience. You didn't come into this experience just to not be bothered by things. You came to create. You see what we're getting at?
Yes.
So while we ask you to chill on your way to your deliberate creation, we don't ask you to chill and stay there. We ask you to come into this experience as what your intention is, find out what you want, put it into your vortex, allow it to percolate and be aware of it, and then find whatever ways you can to come into vibrational alignment with it. Yes?
Yes.
Clear enough?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Very good.